Sauce Béarnaise, or Béarnaise sauce. A classic sauce from the town of Béarn in France. For our ingredients, we have melted clarified butter, heavy whipping cream, cayenne pepper, a minuet of black peppercorn, dry white wine, minced fresh parsley and tarragon, 3 egg yolks, white wine vinegar, minced shallot, and a combination of minced tarragon and dry chervil. You can use fresh chervil if you have it, but sometimes it's hard to come by. You can get dry chervil off of Amazon. You don't have to have it, but it is in most traditional recipes for a Béarnaise sauce. And a minuet simply refers to rough cracked peppercorns. Now we're going to make our reduction. We're going to put in our shallots and our combination of chervil and tarragon, our peppercorns, white wine, and we want to add just a splash of water or so. Bring this to a boil, and then we're just going to reduce. We want to cook it down to about 2 tablespoons remaining, and this is what we will use to flavor our sauce. This will be our base flavor. We're going to strain out the particulates here and make sure to mash all the juice or liquid out of them. Now some recipes do not do this, they just leave them in. It's totally up to you, but in the classic preparation this is how it's done. And we'll set that aside to allow it to cool while we prepare to make our sabayon. We're going to take a stainless steel mixing bowl and add in the egg yolks, just a tablespoon or so of heavy whipping cream, which will help prevent curdling. Now we want to combine the cream and the egg yolks. Add in the reduction and thoroughly combine. And I should have said earlier that if you have a double boiler, use it. We're going to put some water in a saucepan and bring it to a boil. Normally I would use my sabayon pan, but since most of you don't have a sabayon pan, we're just going to use a mixing bowl. You'll have to use an insulated glove or a towel to protect your hand from being burnt by the steam. So you'll want to beat the sabayon over the boiling water until it begins to foam and starts to thicken up. You can also pull it off the heat whenever you think it's getting too hot. You do not want to curdle the eggs. Once it starts to thicken, it'll thicken really quickly and it'll become a thick custard. At this point we want to cut the flame off, place the sabayon over the hot water, and we're going to begin to pour in our liquefied clarified butter. This should be warm but not hot, and we want to beat it in just a little bit at a time, similar to the way you would put it in a mayonnaise or make a mayonnaise, and put a little bit of butter in and incorporate it as it goes. The warm water keeping the sauce warm as we incorporate in the clarified butter. At this point I want to add just a little bit more cream to lighten up the color. Now once you've incorporated all the butter into the sabayon and you've made your sauce, finish it by adding in the fresh parsley and chopped tarragon. This gives it a nice finish. The fresh herbs are bright and colorful and not cooked the way the herbs that we strained out earlier were. I'm adding in the cayenne pepper, which of course is optional, but I like it. And a little bit of lemon juice just to brighten the flavor up. Now you want to taste for the final seasoning. If it needs salt, you can add that at this time. So you need to keep the sauce warm until service. And I do this by putting it in my little Yeti container here, coffee container, and it does quite a nice job. Or you could keep it over warm water, maybe on a low simmer, but don't let it boil in any way, or the sauce will break on you. And by break, I mean the butter fat will separate from the egg yolks and you just have a greasy mess on your hands. So here we're serving it over a nice piece of ribeye steak that has been cooked sous vide to 132 degrees internal temperature and finished off on the grill, along with some broccoli done in the French style and some sauteed mushrooms. Delicious. Also, we're serving this with our low-carb rolls, the recipe for which is on our website. And there you have it, sauce béarnaise over steak. What a treat. For these and other recipes, please go to cheftylermaking.com. Thank you.